Hi, everybody. It's Karen Sullivan here with lifehealthmore.net. And I am wrapping up the month. This has been a month about getting fit and fab and how to do that. And so if you haven't had a chance to watch the videos here on Facebook, and I've been doing them sort of at different times of the day so that, I can catch different people. It's also, that's just the nature of my business, is that it's flexible. I have clients coming in and out, appointments changing, people shifting positions. And that's what I love about what I do. So if you really want to know more about what I do, just ask me in a message and I'd be glad to share that with you. But flexibility is just a tiny little part of it. Now, lifehealthmore.net is my webpage. And I have on that advanced training. When you sign up and subscribe to the blog to be able to get the blogs on a weekly basis, you also get, I don't know, it's something like 50 or 60 emails for the next several months that will help you to stay on point with your training. And it's all kinds of things. There's videos, and then there's just copy where I've given you some feedback on things. That's something that nobody else will get. They don't get it from Facebook. They won't get it from YouTube. But you can see my YouTube channel has everything from Facebook too. So there's a lot of variety. I have a lot of people that just don't do Facebook. And so they go to YouTube to get my videos that I do here. Okay. So that said, that's who I am. I actually live physically outside St. Louis, Missouri, in St. Peters, Missouri. And I've been working in the fitness industry for, 25 some years, 25 plus years. And I have a certification as a personal trainer, a post-rehab exercise specialist, and also movement disorder. So working with people with Parkinson's or MS, they also apply. There are things that the cause for the movement disorder is different than someone with Parkinson's when you have MS. It's different. It has to do different with the neurological issues and medical issues. So that said, that's what I do. And so when I was younger, I was a amateur competitive bodybuilder, and I did exhibition powerlifting. Powerlifting was part of my, now doesn't that sound terrible? Doesn't that sound like I'm flashing people lifting weights? No, I'm not. No, it's the gym where I trained there was a powerlifting team, and I would go when they were at places around Virginia Beach. I would go with them to be the woman lifter. And usually we just did deadlifts when we did that kind of thing. But I did all three lifts in the gym. So anyway, that's that. So that information is just to tell you who I am. Okay. Now, in this month, we've had a fantastic month. We've talked about all the different things that we have, ways that we can get fit and fabulous. And I have stressed that you are always fabulous. It doesn't matter what your size is. It doesn't matter whether you're close to your goal or far away from your goal. Everybody is fabulous. As human beings, we have a connection, or should have a connection, to each other. And I want you to remember that you're wonderful and you are so worth it. You are so worth doing this for yourself. Honest, guys. Remember that first and foremost. So what I'll say to you right up front is, when you are going to set up a program and you want to be fit and fab and you want to get better in some way, whether it's athletically faster or whether it has to do with weight loss, just remember that you must set realistic goals. They've got to be realistic. And, in your head, I know that what you're saying right now is, I should be able to lose 2 pounds a week. Yeah, I'll lose 2 pounds a week. And that'll be 8 pounds in a month. And I will be at my goal in 3 months. Hey, sorry to say it, but it doesn't work that way. Everybody's body is different. Everybody has things to overcome that have nothing to do with how much you eat and how much you exercise. Truly. Oh, hi, Josh. There you are. It's nice to see you. So here's the deal about it, is that you have to remember that there are other things that happen in your brain, and there's history, there's habits, there's patterns There's all kinds of competition that we do with the people around us that happen. So the first thing that you have to remember is you have to have that deep desire to change. Deep in your heart, it's in your gut. It's the thing that just strikes a chord within you that you've got to make this change for whatever your reason. And then you must decide what your why is. Your why is your motivation. And that's a why with all capital letters, okay? Because the why, the motivation that keeps you going, it makes you get off your duff and get into the gym, or go and walk in your neighborhood, or decide to walk away from a piece of chocolate cake or a dish of pasta. I mean, those things, if you don't have that why in front of you, and literally in front of you, write it down on a 3x5 card, keep it in your pocket on the card. When you're floundering, pull it out, read it. This is why. Now, several of the other videos that I have, you can find them here. You can find them on YouTube, that talks about how to develop your why and why you have to do it. Okay. So I'm not going to get into that now. I've covered it through this last month, and I've covered it several times. But you have to have that in front of you, and it also has to be the most cherished thing that you keep in your mind and heart. You don't share it with anybody, because it ends up sounding trite and kind of silly. And it's not to you. It's something that just makes you almost tears come to your eyes, or your hair all stands up on your arms, and you get kind of a chill on your back, because it's something that is deeply connected to your psyche, your spirit, your innermost being. Okay, so that's important, and that's the thing that will keep you working on the plan. Okay, now that's the thing that's the next step, is that you have to work the plan. You have to design the plan. If you haven't designed the plan, I can help you design the plan. And then you're going to keep forward and go forward. Now, okay, I want to talk about plans. Okay, so I can't get into that without holding you on here for a really long time. So I'll do plans. Maybe for next month. We'll talk about plans. So let's say you have your plan and you're working it and it's going along, and you don't think you're at the point where you should be. Now, number one, you may have set an unrealistic goal. I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 2 months. No. Don't do that to yourself. Okay. So if your initial goal was kind of unrealistic, remember that may be why you're not at your goal. Okay. So there are several things. So you want to make sure that you have your exercise, you have your diet plan or whatever, and just understand it's going to take time. And here's the thing. Your clock doesn't run out. We hope that your clock is going to keep going for a really long time. Life has just started for you, especially if you're young, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s. You want to be around for a while, right? So you don't have an ending point. If you have a wedding or something to come up, then I just have to say to you, you should have started a year ago. Okay. Don't try to get yourself all dieted down for a wedding that's next month. Hello, it's just that's an unrealistic goal. Okay. So I hate to break it to you, but you have to give yourself time. You have to plan ahead, think about tomorrow, live for today, but think about tomorrow. Okay. So we're being realistic here. So it's hard not to get discouraged. And so what a lot of people do is they build into their system a reward program. And a reward, yes, I'll do a reward. I'll work really, really hard, and I'll eat really, really strictly. And then I will give myself one cheat day. That's my favorite. One cheat day a week. And that's what I'm going to do. Well, let me tell you, it's not the best thing for you to do for a number of reasons. When you have a cheat day, it breaks you out of your concentration of moving forward. And I've just spoken with you before about your brain. You're training your brain, you're training your body, and the brain is learning to like new foods instead of the chips and pizza and stuff that you used to eat, junk food or donuts or whatever it is that you're trying to get away from so that you can lose weight. And you're trying to build a new pathway to enjoy something else, okay? To enjoy the healthy foods, having fruits, having vegetables. Well, when you do that change, there's a couple of things that happen. Number one, it interrupts what you've been patterning it with the brain and what you're doing with the brain. And the other thing is the body itself has the metabolism is a very intricate system. And when you're introducing, especially something like pasta or cookies or donuts, and that's what you're going to have on your cheat day, then you're going to upset that whole metabolic process, that everything that works together, and you're going to throw your blood sugar off and your insulin is going to peak, and all that stuff is going to ruin what's happening. You've gotten your body becoming a fat burning machine. It's a fat burning machine, and you give it bad food, and it's just downright bad for you. It's unhealthy. Number one, the choice that you've made is to get healthier, and you want to give up the food. Why are you going to let yourself have it once a week? Why are you going to do that? Because it's going to set you back 2 or 3 steps. Let alone, I have, through the years, I don't know any of my clients. If I can try to remember, I've had so many, but if I try to remember, I don't have anyone that was able to get right straight on their program. And if you could, wow, fantastic. But did you lose the weight? Did you gain weight? Did you lose weight? Or did you stay on point? It's just ultimately not what you want to do to your brain that's trying to change this new habit, this new pattern. So cheat days, not on my watch. I just try to discourage people from that. But you want to have, okay, but I want something as a reward if I'm working really hard. I really want something for a reward. Well, weekly is probably, I hate to say it, guys, but really little children need a daily or a weekly reward. We're adults. Okay, we're adults and we don't need a weekly. How about a monthly reward, something really good? And then you really get excited about it. And then it's really important to you because it grows in its importance because you've gone without for so long. So what do? Well, I know a lot of women that set up a spa night, spa day or whatever, and they're going to go and get a manicure, pedicure, or go get a massage, or go get a facial. And that's something that they're going to do because they haven't been buying junk food. They haven't been buying chips and whatever, cookies or anything in the grocery store. And so they've saved money without buying that stuff. Okay. So they are going to use the money then to go ahead and do something special for themselves. I love to go to a movie. If you can find, like we have a dollar theater here, and you can go to the dollar theater, and I take my own snacks in. I just do. I have a big purse and I put them in there, and I take a bottle of water and I go and I watch a movie for $1. Or on Tuesdays, it's only $5 all day, all evening. You can go to the movies, and that's your reward for doing so well. Because I'm not a person that'll go to the movies except on rare occasions. And so that would be a nice reward. Do I like it? Yeah, I like it. It's a real lot of fun. So I have to tell you that, it really starts with the very beginning with making your plan. And I can't tell you how much I want to stress how you will do better if you have a coach working with you. So I encourage you, go and go to lifehealthmore.net and look under coaching. There's a tab on coaching, and look there, and it'll explain about my coaching, and you can then get in touch with me through that. Or if you want to email me directly, it's Karen@lifehealthmore.net. Okay. So you can send me an email and ask about getting started. And I'm going to put a link because I think that everybody needs to start with the HealthPrint. So let's start there. And I'll put the link that you need to go to. It's 20 questions. It'll take you 5 to 7 minutes. Depends on how much you ponder the questions, but it's 20 questions. It is the best assessment I have ever seen in my 25 years. It's got information from World Health Organization and the American Heart Association and what the standards are for eating and diet and nutrition. And it asks you how you stand in those. And so, I mean, it is fantastic. And then when I get in touch with you, please call me back. Please not call me back, but please email me back so that we can talk and get started and try to help you plan a realistic, healthy, good program that's going to bring you the success that you're so wanting. I want you to be the very best version of yourself in 2018. And this is where we're starting. Let's start now before the new year. Now, you guys who are brand new in the area or just met me, I hope that you're in the area. But I'm having 5 fantastic events, 5 fun events throughout the fall. So watch on lifehealthmore.net and you'll see, just Life Health More on Facebook. And you'll see those 5 events coming up. And I'm starting to advertise that now. So it starts the end of August, guys. Let's do this because you deserve it. Take care.